For most people in the Western world, democracy is just what we expect when we wake up in the morning. We expect to be treated as citizens with basic rights and responsibilities, and we like it that way. At the same time, though, large companies and corporations now rule the global economy in very questionable ways in terms of human rights, civil liberties, and the environment. In fact, democracy itself has been disrupted by capitalism, to the point that it's perilously close to extinction. A new book by Isabelle Ferreras, called Firms as Political Entities: Saving Democracy Through Economic Bicameralism, published by Cambridge University Press, proposes a simple yet revolutionary solution: democratizing capitalism. So how exactly would this work? Well, let's start by taking a look at the context. For generations, workers have been viewed as one production factor among many. That's why we call them human resources or human capital. And firms have been viewed as private economic organizations. But employees are also citizens, and they come to work with an expectation of democratic justice. In other words, that they will be treated in the workplace as the citizens they are in the rest of their lives. Here's the thing. While our societies have evolved, becoming more and more democratic, for the most part, the firms we work in, which affect and shape those societies, have not. A firm's capital investors are its only members to have a voice in the major decisions affecting its future and the future of the communities in which that firm functions. But what about the labor investors? Although structures do exist to help their voices be heard, they do not have equal say in the government of firms. In other words, in the government of a major part of their own lives and futures. So what's the solution? Well, if we look back through history at democracies through the ages, as far back as Roman antiquity, we can observe that they all pass through what we'll call a bicameral moment, when, for society to continue functioning, those in power understood that their only option was to share that power or lose it altogether. In this way, the Roman patricians were forced to grant tribunes to the plebs. England saw itself obliged to establish a House of Commons alongside the House of Lords. And the United States of America set up a representative system to balance state and federal powers. Corporations today are in a situation that demands the same kind of transition. Currently, they're governed by boards of directors, much as if England were governed by a single property-owning House of Lords and nothing else. It's time for them to undertake a bicameral moment of their own and institute what we call economic bicameralism. By establishing a labor investors' House of Representatives alongside a capital investors' House of Representatives, what's currently known as the Board of Directors, economic bicameralism grants the same rights to workers, firms' labor investors, as the ones held by capital investors, creating a system of parliamentary governance in which a majority of representatives in both houses is required to elect executive management and ratify major decisions concerning a firm's future. Thus, the bicameral firm would be governed by a unified and representative two-house parliament. Democracies are built on the promise of equality, and the current capitalist economy is breaking that promise. Economic bicameralism opens the door to greater equality, of opportunity, of voice, and of hope, offering us a powerful tool to help us to repair our social ladder, improve our workplaces, and protect our planet, while bolstering both our economy and our civil society. The time for transition is now. To find out more or get involved, visit www.firmsaspoliticalentities.net.